So it sounds like we might get a Trae Young deal as soon as tonight. It sounds like his representation told the Hawks we would prefer to go to the Wizards. And the Wizards tonight, they're sitting CJ McCollum. He hasn't missed a game all year. They're sitting Chris Middleton. Those are the two contracts that they need to stack to make this deal happen. So if you're reading the tea leaves, we could potentially get a Trae Young deal tonight. And this is how I know that I'm just a contrarian by nature, because I have not liked Trae Young for his entire career. I've been pretty anti-Trae the whole time he's been in the NBA, but just going on Twitter the last couple of days and seeing the kind of shit people are saying about him and seeing the kind of players that people are claiming to be better than Trae Young, it's wild to me, because don't forget, this is a guy that we have seen him be the best player on a team that has won playoff series. We can't say that about Josh Giddey. We can't say that about Kobe White. We can't say that about a lot of point guards in the NBA. This is a guy, he's averaged 29 points per game. He's averaged 12 assists a game. He is the best lob thrower in the entire NBA. Like, objectively, even if you don't like his style, objectively, Trae Young is still a good basketball player. Is he a quote-unquote winning basketball player? I don't know. I mean, he made an Eastern Conference Finals as the best player on that team. So if you're arguing he's not a winning basketball player, then if you're a Bulls fan, I've had a lot of Bulls fans in my mentions when I floated fake Trae Young trades get mad at me and say they'd rather have Kobe White, they'd rather have Josh Giddey, they'd rather have Ayo Dosunmu. I'm like, guys, you can't say that about any of the players on the Bulls roster. You cannot say that they were the best players on a team that went to the conference finals. You can't say that the Bulls have a player who's been the best player on a team that even made the actual playoffs, not the play-in tournament. So Trae Young, we got to remember, he is objectively still a good basketball player. As far as being a winning basketball player, he does obviously need to change his game a little bit. Hopefully this is a wake-up call for him. And the more that I think about it, the more I actually really like Washington as a destination for him. I like what Washington has done the last couple of years. The Alex Sarr pick, that was a home run by them. If you did a redraft, that guy's still going number 2. Stephon Castle's probably going number 1. And Alex Sarr with Trae Young as a pick and roll threat, that's deadly, because Alex Sarr, he's athletic enough to go get those lobs. Like I said, Trae Young's the best lob thrower in the NBA. He can stretch the floor a little bit as a big man. If he really hones out that three-point game, that's going to be deadly for them. Then you got Bilal Coulibaly. He's a hell of a defender. If he ever develops any sort of offensive game or any sort of three-point shot, watch out. That's a good guy to put next to Trae Young. It's like a Dyson Daniels, except Dyson Daniels actually kind of needs the ball a lot if he's going to be anything on offense. Dyson Daniels needs to have the ball, needs to get going downhill. Coulibaly, right now, he's cool just being a good defender and not really doing much on the offensive end. He needs to develop that side of his game for sure, but he's probably a better fit than Dyson Daniels is next to Trae Young. They got Keyshawn George. He's playing great this year too. Like, they got good young pieces. We'll see if Kispert is a guy that has to be thrown into the trade. If not, he's the perfect kind of off-ball shooter to pair with Trae Young. So the Wizards, man, you got to watch out, especially at the bottom of the East. This trade, I really like what teams like the Hornets are doing and some of those teams, but this trade, it's going to vault the Wizards. Not this year, obviously. We're kind of too far into this year for it to really change them, but it's going to vault them with some of those teams where next year they're going to be competing for that play-in spot, that 8, 9, 10 seed, which obviously, as a Chicago Bulls fan, nobody despises the play-in tournament more than myself. But when you're a team like the Wizards, who's been at the bottom for a long time, those are the baby steps you kind of got to take is, hey, first we're going to make the play-in tournament, then we'll put our eyes on the playoffs. Look at what the Magic have done. They made it as a play-in team a couple years ago. Last couple years, they've had their eyes on being an actual playoff team. So get Trae Young in-house, get, a good draft pick this year, start to turn that culture around. I see the vision. I'm not saying it's 100% going to work for the Wizards, but I see the vision. For the Hawks, they're just flat out better without Trae Young. This team, I did my video yesterday where, Trae Young, he's just not. This team is the first team the Hawks have built in the Trae Young era where they built it to be successful without him. Jalen Johnson, he's been a godsend on the ball for them. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, I didn't know he had this in his game, so they're going to be fine without Trae Young. We'll see what pieces they get back. CJ McCollum, Chris Middleton, probably beyond washed at this point, but CJ McCollum, he can be a nice off-the-bench scorer for them. So the Hawks, they should get themselves right back in that 7-8 range. They should pass the Bulls. So overall, I think this trade is going to be close to a win-win for both teams if it does in fact go down. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this trade.